Hey, hello, hello again, it's Amateur to Enable. Just giving you a quick look video. This knife here, some people might recognise it already because it's been around for a couple of years now. And it's the DPx HEST knife by Robert Young Pelton. That's his initials or his signature on the back there. HEST here, it's got HEST, so it's Hostile Environment Survival Tool. So particularly designed this for a reason. It's a logo there, and he has sort of a skull type logo on his knife there. So a little bit interesting, particularly it's got this hook part on the end. Robert himself has an interesting life as an adventurer and been in different countries and dangerous places in Africa and Iraq and jungle and other places. And I was reading a little bit about the knife before bought it, and I bought it just for curiosity value more than anything. I don't imagine I'll be in hostile environment that I'd need something sort of purpose built like this. But he was asked about his adventures at one stage, and earlier on he didn't used to take any tools with him, he said, but then he was challenged to think about what would he take, or what would be something useful. So this is the design he came up with. It's got this cutout on the end. You can use it as a bottle opener or lifting something like hooking in a pot. There's supposed to be a wire bender here. Hole there and the hole here. I think that's the idea, to try and tie it onto a stick so you can stab things. And this hook on the end is for levering, like trying to lever a box open or something like that, rather than using the tip of the knife. So actually the tip of the knife is quite stout. Quite a thick blade overall, and so it'd be quite a good knife. It comes with this lanyard here, though I add the little washer. I should mention they call this one the original, because there was a version 2 came out, the original, so made by Ontario Knife Company USA, but then second edition type ones were made by Rowan Essie. This original, I think you can still get this, they call original, because version 2's had a hexagonal hole here for the bit drivers. This on the back here was a different spacing for like wire strippers. And there may be something, I can't remember now what they had for a different version. And he moved on to make a folder as well. So there's a HEST folder, there's a larger knife, like a 6-inch knife as well. So bush knife. So it's made a few things. This original sheath for it, quite a good sheath. So it clips in good retention. This is the only retention, there's no other strap. So it locks in pretty well. The screw here for just the tension on it, if you want it a bit tighter or a bit looser. And quite a big hole in the end, is a drain hole for the dirt. On the back here, these original ones came with this molly type piece on the back. And at first I thought, when I got it, this is sort of upside down, because you put it in your belt like that with these loops going up. So must have had some reason why they did it, because I would assume that'd be sort of down at the bottom. But it works. This is fixed on here. These rivets go all the way through. You can't really take it off. So DPx HEST. It's an interesting knife. Just got the ruler here and check the lengths of it, so if you're having to look it up there. So the blade is just on 3-inch blade. Overall length is we get this lined up here, 7.5 inches overall length. 7.5 inches overall length. Thickness looks a bit more than 1/8 of an inch. I suppose you call it 3/16. Yes. Here I am back again. The battery went flat. I'm just talking about the size of the knives. Just measuring the sizes there. And as a comparison, I've got my Griffin Design Schrade 55 here as well. So very, very similar knife length, blade, overall blade thickness. I think the Schrade is marginally thicker. The tips here, you can see maybe marginally thicker in the tip than the HEST knife. But both do the same thing. I've used this Schrade a few times in the bush now. Handle fits great. It's got the scallops here. It's great on like pinch grip and different grips. Works well. There's this here, like a pinch grip. This is cut back, so it works okay too. Jimping feels good, just different. But I was wondering here, talking about the sizes, why such a shorter blade knife, supposedly like a hostile environment survival tool, where maybe could have gone up to a bigger overall blade like this. So it's not that much overly bigger, like lengthwise handle, but the blade's a good 3/4 of an inch bigger there, 3/4 of an inch. And to me, this would be a bit more of a versatile, just talking about the length type thing of the blade. So what's this one? It's just on the 4-inch, bit over 4-inch blade sort of thing, or just to show off a bit. I can bring my Embla out here as well. What a great knife, beautiful. And blade length, so this is just under the 4-inch compared to there, so you'd have a bigger blade length. Turn around that way, so you can see there, and yet handle length pretty much the same, but you get that bit of extra blade length. So I would have thought this bit of extra blade length would have been a bit better, but for some reason they think, Robert himself thought that this was versatile blade for carrying, that sort of things. So anyway, everyone's got a different idea about what a knife should be. Just for example, the weights here, I checked the weight as well while we're looking at some facts and figures. It's on the grams, change them. Here we go, ounces. So the HEST knife alone, 5.3, Schrade 5.8, so pretty close the same, included with the sheath. So the Schrade 8.6, so more or less the same. That's an envelope away. 5.3, yep, and the rake 6.8, so the rake a little bit heavier knife. So interestingly, along those lines, it could have the HEST knife. There'd be some reasons why blade length a little bit less. Give these ones away, I'm not looking at them. Of course, like a smaller type knife, got this other little Schrade out here, so the blade length is actually pretty close to the same when you look at blade length. So handle's a little bit shorter because of the length there. So this model Schrade SCHF 16, but it's a similar idea. It's just a short, thick knife to use, keep in your pocket, or although in this case it's designed for a neck knife, but you could put the belt clip on there. So there are some examples of a shorter knife, but for me maybe it should have been a bit longer actually, about 3.5 inch or something like that. But it's the HEST knife, that's what he designed. Pretty interesting. So I'll see how it goes. St. Match1 Abel. Thanks for watching. Remember, stay ready, stay prepared, stay alert, particularly in these super crazy times we live. Bye bye for now.